You ever wonder how a new brand just explodes? One minute you've never heard of them, the next, they're everywhere. It seems like it happens overnight. Well, today, we're not just going to look at one of those stories, we're going to crack open the actual playbook and see the strategy behind a truly incredible launch.
Let's just start with a number that made everyone stop and stare. 100 crore rupees in revenue in just 6 months. I mean, that's the kind of growth that makes an entire industry sit up and ask, wait, how on earth did they do that?
Now, at first glance, the answer seems super obvious, right? Their co-founder is the Bollywood superstar Ranveer Singh. So you think, okay, famous face equals instant success. Case closed. Easy.
But hang on a second. What if that's just the easy answer? What if the celebrity was simply the megaphone for a much, much smarter strategy that was already firing on all cylinders? That's what we're going to dig into.
Because here's the thing, this brand's success was not an accident of fame. It wasn't just celebrity noise. It was the result of a deliberate, repeatable blueprint. And trust me, understanding that blueprint is way more valuable than just looking at the famous face on the box.
So where does a framework like this even begin? Well, it all starts with the single most important pillar for any brand, period. Getting the product market fit absolutely 100% right. Because if you don't have this foundation, nothing else you do is going to matter.
So what is product market fit really? Think of it like finding the perfect key for a very specific lock. It's that magic moment where the thing you've built perfectly solves a real nagging problem for a huge group of people, a problem they are more than willing to pay to make go away.
And this is exactly how Super U nailed it. See, they didn't just go and make another protein bar for gym fanatics. No, they saw a much bigger problem, a massive protein deficiency across the entire country. So they created a product that hit this perfect sweet spot. It was tasty and healthy, convenient and affordable, and crucially, they positioned it as an everyday snack for everyone. This right here shows the genius of their strategy. The market was already full of these dense, kind of chalky gym bars that felt like a chore to eat. A sacrifice. So what did they do? They introduced a light, crispy wafer that feels like a treat. And just like that, they took a niche product for a small audience and turned it into a snack with massive mainstream appeal.
Okay, so you've got a product that people absolutely love. Great. The next challenge is, how do you actually bring it to market? This is where smart scaling comes in. And frankly, it's where so many brands just completely fall apart. But this is where their strategy really shines.
Let me ask you this. If you were launching a brand new snack, how many different products, or SKUs as they're called in the business, would you start with? The temptation is huge, right? You want to launch 10, maybe 20 flavors to try and offer something for everyone. Well, get this. Super U launched with just 4 products. That's it. In a world that tells you to offer endless choice, they chose radical, intense focus. And that decision was absolutely critical to their crazy fast growth. The lesson here is just so powerful. Instead of trying to be average at 20 different things, be absolutely extraordinary at a few. Nail the quality, perfect the messaging, and completely own one small category first. Once you're known for being excellent, then you've earned the right to expand. Okay, so we have a great product and a focused launch. But people don't just buy products, do they? They buy into brands. And that brings us to the third pillar. Building a brand that's a genuine promise, not just some pretty packaging. This quote just nails it. A brand isn't your logo. It's the feeling. It's the experience you promise and deliver every single time. It's that emotional connection that makes people choose you over and over again.
And this is where that whole celebrity factor comes roaring back in, but in a much smarter way. See, Ranveer Singh wasn't just a paid endorser, lending his face for a paycheck. He was a co-founder, lending his actual credibility. It's not a transaction, it's genuine involvement, from the taste testing to the marketing. And that authenticity builds a level of trust you just can't buy.
So, we've seen the pieces, right? A winning product, a focused launch, and an authentic brand. Now let's put them all together into the complete growth blueprint, a universal framework you can pretty much use to analyze any consumer brand out there. And here it is, the 5-step framework. It all starts with finding a real consumer problem. Then you build a solution they actually enjoy using. After that, you launch with laser focus. Start small and be excellent. You wrap that whole thing in a human, authentic brand promise. And finally, you figure out how to get it into their hands through smart distribution.
Simple, but so powerful.
You know, this framework is also great because it shows you all the common traps to avoid. Launching too many products just dilutes your focus and your quality. Using a celebrity as just a billboard feels fake, and people see right through it. And most importantly, if you're not solving a real need at the right price, well, none of the other fancy stuff even matters.
And here are a few simple back-of-the-napkin rules you can take away from all this. Before you even build anything, if you test your idea and less than 60% of your target audience shows strong interest, you've got a problem. Rethink it. When you launch, keep it under 5 products, max. And when you set the price, make it feel like an affordable upgrade, not a cheap compromise.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground here, from product market fit to branding and distribution. So what's the one big idea, the most crucial point that we need to walk away with? This is it. This is the single most important idea. Hype is a megaphone. A celebrity is a megaphone. They can make a great story louder, but they can't invent a great story that isn't there. If your product is broken or your brand is inauthentic, all the star power in the world isn't going to save you. It's just going to make sure more people watch you fail.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. The next time you see a new brand blowing up all over your feed, I want you to look past the surface-level hype. Ask yourself, what's the real problem they're solving? Are they focused? Is their brand promise authentic? Are you going to see the hype or are you going to see the blueprint?